Hey folks, Ty Cohen here, and we're back with another amazing interview. As you guys know, from week to week, I like to bring you, I think, some of the smartest, brightest people that you can learn from, people that not only I admire, but that I'm good friends with, people that I follow in the industry, and people that I trust to be able to bring to you so that you can kind of pick their brain and see how they think and then get results similar to what they're getting. So today I've got someone who I've known forever. I think Sean, I was trying to think about this, like how long have we kind of known
It's
each other?
got to be at least a decade
That's what
thinking
I
about
thought.
it. I mean, we're old school soldiers in this industry, and it's funny how we've all grown up. We started off in the same kind of pond and pool, and then we kind of evolved our businesses and done some amazing things over the years.
Yep. And that's what I was thinking. It's got to be at least a decade. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a good friend of mine, Sean Donahoe, on, and we're going to talk about everything under the sun, including how do you scale your businesses. So regardless of what type of business you're in, right? Some of you guys are Kindle publishers. Some of you are just digital publishers in the traditional IM space, right? Some of you may be digital real estate property owners. You guys know I talk about digital real estate all the time, as well as physical property. You guys know that I invest in physical property, and my guest Sean does as well. So we might be able to jump into some of that also. Now, before we get started, here's what I want you to do. I want you to be so tuned in into this thing that you take some actions. If you're not currently a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. And I'm kind of gonna bribe you to subscribe. So as you know, we always give away some pretty cool prizes. This week, we've got some Apple AirPods. These are actually the pros. We have an Apple Watch, right? If you guys can see that. We actually just sent out 3 sets of the AirPods this week, and we sent out one of these bad boys. So we've got 2 MacBook Airs. We have this space gray one, and then we've got a rose gold one. This is actually the same laptop that I have. My wife thought it was kind of interesting that I would get a rose gold color, but hey.
You're not playing around. That's some pretty decent damn swag there.
There you go. There you go. And so there's 4 ways that you guys can enter to win, right? The first way is going in and subscribing to the podcast if you're listening to this on the podcast, or to the YouTube channel if you're watching me and Sean and our beautiful faces right now here on YouTube. The second way is go in and comment, all right? You learn by listening. I want you to listen to this conversation and comment as to what your biggest takeaways were, all right? Comment, comment, comment. Every time you comment, you'll be entered to win. But third way is to go in and like, whether you're watching the podcast or listening to the podcast, I should say, or watching the YouTube channel, go ahead and like this video. And then the fourth way is to share it. So now, with that said, I'm going to bring on the man of the hour, Mr. Sean Donahoe. Sean, you got started with internet marketing, if I'm not mistaken, in 1997. I've kind of went back and
I
done
was going
some
to say,
research.
you went back in the archives to find that out. Yeah, I've been doing this a long number of years now. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, you didn't start out as this beast, right? This master of just being able to really get into different segments and different areas and really grow and explode. Because most people have a hard time mastering one area. But if I know about you, right, the one thing I do know is that you'll go into one pocket, you'll really research it, you'll understand it, and then you'll just like totally blow it out the water. Did you start out like that? Like, what was your background before getting involved with internet marketing?
Well, I'll give you the down and dirty quick version. I came over here. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's been 1997 now. When I started off in the UK, I started a consultancy business right out of school. I worked a few different jobs to fund business because I know I needed capital and stuff like that. So I started off coming out of school, building computers
Okay.
privately for individuals, and then started for companies. And then that turned and evolved into a consultancy company in the IT industry for businesses. And then when I came over here, started basically just half a suitcase with everything by the time I liquidated everything. Had a few issues, bankruptcy, business issues, shall we say, that
All
were
the fun
complications
stuff.
I won't go in. Well, basically, I found out I did a big contract, leveraged the hell out of everything,
Yep.
found out that they wanted to back out of a contract and had a lot more lawyers than I could afford, which means I lost everything. It was reset. So I sold everything off, cleared all my debts, had to file bankruptcy. I lost everything. And I said, well, screw this. Clean slate protocol. I came over to the United States, set up again. They couldn't take away what was in my head. Started again with the consultancy business, grew that, worked with in Manhattan, Connecticut, Boston, and everything else. Ended up consulting with some Fortune 500 companies with some very nice contacts I had made. And doing the IT side of things, this was really when the internet was really taking off. And all of these businesses were focused on what I call the Madison Avenue mindset, which is dancing monkeys on the screen, television. This whole internet thing is a fad. And this was right during the dot-com bubble. So while it was taking up, I was seeing the opportunity for really the next evolution of business. And I thought, well, why am I working for all these guys who are paying me pennies? I need to start getting me some of this. I need to start figuring out the technologies, the systems, and the processes that are going to take this to the next level. So we started, I met my then future wife, got a couple of correlated jobs going, because that's how I met my wife. Was she wanted someone who could program satellite systems.
Very cool. Wow.
Completely nerd thing, but if you've got OnStar in your vehicle, well, this was before OnStar.
Yeah.
And it was for tracking cargo, which you needed someone that, for a contract, for a online application, that could take all the data from that and put it on the screen. So yeah, long story short, we got together. It was all cool, but we realized there's a lot of money in building websites and online applications and stuff like that. So I got into e-commerce. That's where I, e-commerce before it was cool.
Right.
And before Amazon, and we were building e-commerce websites, handling millions of products. We actually built a couple of Amazon competitors back in the day and got paid an absolute metric ton of money for it. And we were doing agencies before agencies were cool. We had no idea we'd started an agency. And we built up to a multi-million-dollar company. And then from there, funnily enough, a lot of the skills that I applied to other businesses and clients, we had 70 plus clients at one stage.
Very cool.
I realized very quickly that I'm being asked the same questions again and again. I'm being asked how to build businesses online again and again. And I've got all this wealth of knowledge and experience because I've been doing it for multi-million-dollar companies and Fortune 500s and what have you, that I got asked, can you teach us this? Can you teach our company how to do this? Can you do? So I started packaging up my knowledge, not knowing anything about building courses and programs. I'm just like, look, here's what I do, and pay me for doing it. And I realized I built it once and I could sell it again and again and again.